Hello my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that I've been given the pleasure to welcome you onto my channel, I'm Vanessa and I and welcome to the fam. So you guys, today's reading is a highly requested and really fun topic for you guys, and this is all about your next birthday. The next birthday of your life, we have a prediction for it. I know. You guys always give me the best ideas for video topics, so I just like to go off my comment section. So if you have any ideas for upcoming video topics that you would like to see on my channel, make sure that you leave those down below in the comment section. So I've prepared 4 groups to help you figure out what your next birthday is gonna be like, what the vibes are gonna be like, who you're gonna be hanging out with. So in order to figure that out, I have prepared 4 groups for you, and the 4 groups are as follows. We have the Orchid Calcite, we have the Amethyst, we have the Black Tourmaline, as well as the Howlite. So I would like you to pick one of these 4 groups intuitively, but I also just wanna put it out there that you can feel drawn to multiple groups. So if that is the case for you, then feel free to tune into multiple readings because your upcoming birthday may be a mixture between multiple groups. And if you like the jewelry worn in this video, you can get it from my website. We do ship worldwide, so we can provide all you beautiful little unicorns with crystal energy you can wear anywhere, anytime. So yeah, guys, furthermore, before I get into the readings, I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for being here, for supporting my channel. I just always love filming. I love coming on here, putting out new content for you guys, because there's just always awesome vibes on my channel. So if you're not a part of the unicorn fam yet, what are you doing? Subscribe to my channel in order to be a part of this bomb community. So yeah, you guys, I just am obsessed with you guys. I'm just obsessed with my unicorn fam, with my channel. I love uploading. As you guys can see, I upload so many times each week. I don't want to talk too much in this intro. I want to spend more time within your readings. So I'm going to be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Orchid Calcite. Hello group number 1 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Orchid Calcite group number 1. So first and foremost, I want to speak to you about why you may have chosen this gorgeous mineral. So the Orchid Calcite is a stone that helps you refresh your mind, as well as helps you ease fears and inspires you to be more courageous. So in correlation to your next birthday, I definitely feel like you will be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and maybe you'll be doing something that you were afraid to do, or just generally there may be some fear and anxiety that can be eased. But let's move into your reading to figure out what's going on. We have the 4 of Swords. So group number 1, one thing that I see is that before your next birthday, you're gonna sort of be anxious. Maybe you're going to be anxious as to what you're gonna do, because in this day and age, it can be so hard to like not feel the pressure of, oh, you know, what am I gonna post for my birthday? Are people gonna judge me because I don't have a large group of friends there, or I'm not throwing a big party? I see that those are thoughts that may be going through your mind. So those are just examples. The things that may be going through your mind, maybe for instance, you know, feeling a little bit like you don't want to be the center of attention, just sort of fears drifting through your mind. And that may be why you've chosen the Orchid Calcite, just because that is something that you could work on up until your next birthday. So let's move further into your reading. However, I see in the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. I see that your next birthday is going to be super fulfilling. It's going to be a time that you spend with your loved ones, with the people who you care about, or just overall, even if you are busy, maybe with work, maybe with school, you will feel the love, you will feel taken care of. And I feel like those fears that you have here in the 4 of Swords may stem from a place of maybe you're insecure as to, oh, you know, do they really love me? Do they really care about me? And I know it sounds silly in correlation to friends that you may have had for a long time or family members, but we all get insecure sometimes. We're all just human, and I don't want you to feel embarrassed about it or judge yourself. This is not the space for that. This is not what my channel is about. I want you to feel inspired and encouraged, and I want you to know that your next birthday is definitely going to end up in emotional satisfaction and fulfillment. Then we have the Star Mother. So one thing that I see is that your mom may be a big part of your upcoming birthday. And you know, whether your mom is here or sort of in another spiritual world, I want you to know that either way, she's going to be there to nurture you. She's going to be like that main focal point where you're like, yes, I'm so glad that I have you here. I'm so glad that I have your love, your energy, and your support around me. And if you feel a little lonely, if you feel leading up to your next birthday like, You know, I wish I had somebody there with me. If for some reason you don't have that motherly figure, allow yourself to be nurturing to you. And I know this sounds really strange, but it is possible for you to nurture yourself. It is possible to give yourself that love that, say, a mother can give you. Then in the Great Gathering, I want you to know that everything is going to come together, okay? Your next birthday, you're going to be in contact with your soul tribe, with the people who belong to you. So I always like to say that, you know, your tribe will follow as soon as you express yourself, just like I express myself on here, on YouTube. My tribe has followed. My unicorn tribe is coming and growing day by day. And I want you to keep in mind that on your next birthday, the people who are meant to be there, your tribe, your crowd of people, everyone who is important is going to be there. And as I said, you may be worried about, say, the amount of people there. And I don't want you to freak out or feel embarrassed, because who is meant to be there will be there. In peaceful resolution, it's very clear that things are going to end up great, as we have in the Ten of Cups. I see that you're just worrying about your next birthday for nothing. You're worrying just because maybe you're a worrywart, or maybe you're just somebody who doesn't want to feel like humiliated. Then in Wait, I want you to just be patient. You know, all of these feelings that are making you maybe insecure or making you feel on edge about your next birthday, they will subside. But another thing that I want you to take into account is the fact that a peaceful resolution can be found with you just sort of like giving people the time that they need. So if you feel like somebody is not responding to you the way you would like about your birthday, or it's been hard to plan your birthday, then just give it a little bit of time. And if you feel like you just cannot give any further time, if you feel like you just kind of want to know what's going on and you don't want to leave things up in the air, then maybe perhaps it would be a good idea for you to move forward by yourself. But let's move further into your reading. In the Ametrine, one thing that I see is that you will be inspired to be creative, as well as be inspired to take action and have confidence after your birthday. So this birthday is going to give you this feeling like, yes, another year in my life where I can accomplish things, where I can bring dreams and just the things, the ideas I have in my head to fruition, and where I'm able to create. So I see grateful energy here, and I see you coming into a new year of your life being more balanced, being more mature, and just being in a more safe spot emotionally. So group number one, that is a reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know down in the comment section if you did, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Amethyst. So group number two, one thing that I want to let you know about the Amethyst is that it is a stone that enhances your psychic power. So it's not only a very gorgeous stone, it is also a stone that is sort of like a natural tranquilizer. It calms you, it removes irritability, if you will. So if you feel like you've kind of been on edge regarding your next birthday, even though it's maybe far away and maybe it's just around the corner, I want you to just channel the energy from the Amethyst. Be calm, be tranquil, and be cool. You know what I'm saying? So let's move right into your reading. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So one thing that I see in the Ten of Pentacles is that your upcoming birthday will bring you things in the earthly realms that you may have been wanting for a long time. So you may be able to treat yourself with something, or somebody else will treat you with a big monetary gift, or just something that is of a lot of value to you. So if it's not money, then it's something that is valuable to you. And things of value are different to each and every one of us. For instance, for my last birthday, my twin flame got me a very exotic kind of pet that I've wanted for a long time. But maybe for you, something that is of value is, for instance, receiving a car or receiving a bracelet that you've always wanted. So these are just examples. I'm just letting you know that what is of value at any particular moment in life is different to each and every one of us. But you will receive something that is valuable to you and that you've always wanted. So also allow yourself to treat yourself though, okay? So that is something really important. Then in the Nine of Pentacles, I see that you will be at a point where you're able to splurge a little bit. I see that you will be able to make time for your birthday, even though you may be telling yourself, I don't have time for my birthday. I don't have time to take a day off or to be doing these parties, any of such thoughts, okay? That may be something going through your head, but what I do see is that you're close to a point where there is extra fulfillment in the earthly realm. So maybe you're going to be receiving a promotion, maybe you're going to be able to make that extra money, and it is just a good time to celebrate. It's a good time for you to also treat yourself, to allow yourself to be treated, and don't put blocks on things that are flowing when it comes to finances, because when you're too scared to treat yourself, when you're too scared to give yourself the things that you've desired, even though you can afford it, then all of a sudden you can fall into the spiral of not properly taking care of yourself, of not properly valuing yourself, and also of just ruining the flow of abundance within your life. So take that into account, group number 2. Then in the 9 of Wands, one thing that I see is that you shouldn't do anything too crazy on your birthday. I see that your birthday has the tendency to make you very tired, and it could be because maybe you're putting too much on your plate, or just leading up to your birthday, the stress is just real, even though you don't have a huge party planned, or there's nothing that you actually have to stress about, you're still stressed. And one thing that I see in the 9 of Wands is that taking time just to rest and sort of regain your strength would be really beneficial to you, is something that would help you enjoy your birthday more, because there is a danger here of you falling into a little bit of a, not depressed, but very sort of low energy state, low vibrational state before you even get to your birthday, just because of the pre-birthday prep, the pre-birthday stress, if you will. So then in the 8 of Wands, one thing that I see is that you can change this in a very creative manner. You can all of a sudden channel all the stress and turn it into something that is actually helpful and that will actually make the day that much more special. So if you have any ideas of how you can make this day really special and interesting, then see them through, or allow somebody else to do a little bit of research into it for you. So if you have a friend that you know would want to take over your birthday and just do the whole surprise without even involving you, do the whole planning of it, then tell them like, hey, I don't really know what to do for my birthday. Do you mind just planning something? Do you mind just surprising me? I'd be happy with anything. And that is where I see that there's a chance, a possibility for you to delegate your next birthday to somebody else, or just to another source where you can feel less stressed out, where you can sort of breathe and just tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to be stressed about this. Things are going to work out just fine. All I need to do is show up and look cute, and that's it basically. So then in the Tanzanite, I want you to know that from your next birthday onwards, you are very much ready for new love, or to renew love in your life. So if you are in a relationship, then maybe it's been a little dry, or the love and passion could have been a bit more fiery. I see that from your next birthday, just the energy of this next year of your life is just so much more like sexual, if you will. It's so much more out there when it comes to love, when it comes to passion. And that is something that I want you to look forward to, group number 2. That is something that will definitely change a lot up in your life. And in the Sugulite, I see that you have to sort of let go of the people pleasing, but it's going to come naturally. I feel like this is like the last year of your life where you're going to be codependent, where you're going to try to please other people while displeasing yourself. And that is an issue that a lot of us have, where we're so focused on pleasing somebody else or making things right for another human being that we completely forget about ourselves. We completely forget about our own needs, or we're even displeasing ourselves knowingly, but we're like, okay, I'll just do this because I promised I would, or I'll just do this because I want to be nice, even though you're really making things difficult in your life. For instance, if you promise a friend that you would help them to move, but on the moving day, all of a sudden you get a lot of extra work. Instead of talking to them, you're just like, oh, okay, I'm just going to try and just stick it out. But you know that it's just going to have a lot of friction for you and your life. Those are situations where I want you to bring up your concerns and where the people pleasing and sort of putting other people before you is going to end. And with putting other people before you, I mean, for instance, knowing that you need time to yourself, but still being there for others constantly, even when you need somebody to for once be there for you. You get what I'm saying, group number 2? And take a break. This is no coincidence. It is so clear that after your next birthday, you will just feel like collapsing. You will just feel like sleeping for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight is what I'm talking about, group number 2. You will need time to rest. You will take time to rest, and you will realize, hey, like, life is not a treadmill. It's constant work. It's just constantly things happening. And if I'm running as if I'm on a treadmill, if I'm running as if this is a sprint each and every day, like a constant sprint, I'm not going to get anywhere. Know that you need time to recuperate, to rebalance, and know that life is all about also sort of restoring your strength. Because if you're constantly just putting your energy out there, energy is something that is not infinite. Energy is something that you only have a finite amount of, and I want you to be very careful where you use your energy. So let's move further into your reading. We have yes. So one thing that I want you to do for your next birthday, group number 2, I want you to just say yes. And if you guys hear squeaking in the background, it's just my degus making a lot of noise. They're like little rodents, and sometimes they like to be very vocal, but let's not let that get in the way of our reading. For your upcoming birthday, I see that just letting things happen, saying yes to throwing a party, to meeting up with long lost friends, that is something that you should do. That is something where you should just be like, okay, I'll just let it happen. And even if it is a party that is bigger than what you're comfortable with, don't feel that sort of shame. I don't know, there's just always something attached to birthdays, I feel, where you're like, oh, you know, if the party isn't big enough, if there aren't enough people, like, it's almost like this depressing feeling. And I don't want you to have that, group number 2. I want you to feel proud and grateful for the fact that you've been given another year on this earth, that you're in your next year of life, and it is something to celebrate and be really happy and thankful for. Never forget that. Then I want you to meditate leading up to your birthday. I want you to know that that will give you a lot of answers as to why you are the way you are, why you're maybe dreading your birthday, or why you're maybe a little insecure about it. And just allow yourself to be immersed in this calm zone, in this Zen zone that meditation brings. And last but not least, we have success. So group number 2, your upcoming birthday is going to be a success. I see that you're going to be looking back at it and thinking to yourself, yeah, you know what, that was a good day. That was a good birthday. It's going to bring you this feeling of being pleased. Maybe you're going to look back at the last year of your life and you're going to think to yourself, wow, I've come so far, so much has changed. I've left some people in the past that belong in the past, and I'm moving forward with those who I love, with those who I cherish, and with those who I know have my back. So overall, I see a successful birthday coming up for you, group number 2. So get excited for that. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure that you let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. If you're new here and you enjoyed this reading, why not subscribe? It's free, hello. So yeah, you guys, I hope you have an amazing day or night wherever you are in this world, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the black tourmaline. So group number 3, this is not only a gorgeous mineral, so if you're somebody who loves the all black aesthetic, I see exactly why you've chosen this stone, but it is also a stone that is highly protective and grounding. So this stone protects you spiritually, and it is also a stone that can protect you from radiation, from electromagnetic fields. But let's move into your reading to figure out a little more about your upcoming birthday in correlation to the black tourmaline. So we have the 8 of Swords. So one thing that I see for you, group number 3, for your upcoming birthday is just the fact that you may not be completely sure what to do and how to communicate that your next birthday is happening. So you may have a vague idea of how you want it to turn out, but you're not completely sure if people are going to understand how you want to have your birthday work out. So maybe you're somebody who feels like you just want to spend time with 1 or 2 people, just the most important people in your life, or maybe you are even in the mood of just spending your birthday completely by yourself. And that is where I feel like, in correlation to the Black Tourmaline, you are maybe protecting yourself. Maybe you're protecting yourself from people that you do not necessarily want to have on that day, or maybe you're just protecting your heart or your ego from any sort of bruising. So you're like, okay, the like smallest amount of stuff that I do on my birthday, lesser amount of people that I invite, the less can go wrong, you know, the less embarrassing or bad it can turn out. And playing it safe is sometimes the right thing to do, depending on where you are in life right now. But I also don't want you to dampen your next birthday just because of fear, or just because you're thinking to yourself, okay, if I just try and keep the effort and the amount of people to a minimum, then nothing's gonna go wrong. So don't allow fear to stifle you, group number 3. Then moving further into reading, we have the Chariot. So I want you to know that your next birthday will go in whatever direction you lead it. So as I said, you may be fearful of planning something a little too big, or planning something that doesn't turn out the way you would want it to turn out. But I want you to know in the Chariot that it's very clear that you are the one who is capable of steering this festivity. So if you have a good mood, a positive vibe, if you're somebody who is grounded about it, who's like, okay, I may invite 10 people and maybe only 6 will show up, and that will be fine with me. So as long as you keep your expectations at bay and you're sort of realistic about it, you just have an open, positive mind, I see that you can steer your birthday still in a different direction. You don't have to play it safe. If you always wanted to do a little get together, a little bit of a bigger party than you've ever had, then do so. If you've always wanted to be a bit more alone and have it be a little bit more low-key, then steer your birthday in that direction. But just make sure that you do so in a confident way, without sort of hurting anybody or rubbing anybody the wrong way, because you know birthdays can be a sensitive topic. A lot of people feel a type of way about birthdays. A lot of people have very strong opinions and feelings, and I wouldn't want you to hurt anybody's feelings, group number 3. Moving further into your reading, in the 4 of Pentacles, I see that you may be a little stingy with yourself, or you may feel like somebody is being a little stingy with you on your upcoming birthday. So maybe there's something that you've wanted, that you've desired, that you're going to end up not getting, or maybe there's something that you wanted to get yourself, but you end up just saying like, oh, you know what, I don't need that anyways. Oh, you know what, I'd rather save the money. That is kind of the vibe that I'm getting here for your next birthday. But do not do that, group number 3. Do not allow yourself, I mean, obviously if it is in your hands, group number 3, do not go out forcing people to buy you things. All I'm saying is don't be stingy with yourself. It's your birthday. It's a celebration of having had another year on this planet, another year in this life where you have been able to spend time with your friends, your family, your loved ones, where you've been able to have this gift of life and having a beautiful life. You know what I mean? So celebrate that. Don't look at it as, oh, you know, I don't need this. It's just a birthday, whatever. It's a big deal. And I want you to see it as a festivity that just marks another year of you being fortunate to be here. Then in the 4 of Wands, you know, celebration. I definitely see that you're going to come to terms with the fact that you have to celebrate your birthday. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't like to be the center of attention, or you don't like to celebrate these things too much, especially when it's your birthday. Maybe you like to celebrate other people's birthdays, but with yours, you're kind of like, oh, you know, I just want to keep it really low-key. But I see that here there's going to be a bit of a bigger bang than you expected. There's going to be more festivities, more fun than you expected, which leads me to think that maybe somebody is going to plan something that you didn't expect. Maybe somebody is going to surprise you. Then in the Council of Light, it is very clear that there is divine orchestration happening. So as I literally just mentioned, somebody may be planning something, somebody may be trying to surprise you with something, and I see that helpers are here. So either the universe or actual people, helpers, helping to make your next birthday special, helping to make you feel loved and like this is an amazing day. Then in protection, I want you to know you can let go of any feelings that are of any form of insecurity. You can let go of anything that makes you feel unsure or like you don't fully deserve to be celebrating this day. Let go of that. I see that you're maybe overly protective about what you come off as or the energy that you emit regarding your birthday. So don't be so skeptical. That is one thing that I feel. I feel like you're very skeptical with your birthday though, particularly, not other people's birthdays. If other people want to show up with a wedding gown, a tiara, a crown, and 5 unicorns pulling them on a carriage, you're here for it. But when it's you, you're kind of like a little bit more timid, a little bit more low-key, and a little bit more skeptical. Then in the peridot, I want you to like know that you can break free from these patterns, from these thoughts. In the peridot, I want you to know that your next birthday will teach you that there's nothing wrong with celebrating. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself that same energy that you give other people. Like, don't always just allow other people to have like the biggest, best show that they've ever wanted. Give yourself that too. If you get one day of the year just to be extra AF and to do whatever you want to do, I think one day is definitely not too much. One day is more than okay, and don't feel embarrassed about it. Then in the turquoise, I want you to know that your next birthday is going to prompt you to make life changes. So I feel like you're going to review your last year. You're going to look at your last year and think to yourself, what have I learned? How far have I come? Like, how am I spiritually? What point am I at? And it's going to give you this motivation to change even further into the person that you've always wanted to become. I see that on a spiritual level, there is extreme growth coming for your next year of life. There is extreme change coming, and there's just a path that is going to become so much clearer to you that you're going to embark on. Group number 3. Then we have yes. So your next birthday is a definitive fun event. It's going to be a day where you're like, yes, you know what, this was a good day. This was a day where maybe things didn't go 100% how I anticipated for them to go, but overall it was good. Overall, I cannot complain, and I'm looking forward to my upcoming year in life. And last but not least, we have recovery. So group number 3, I want you to know that your next birthday, even though it may be low-key, maybe it may end up being a little smaller or a little bit more simple than you ever envisioned, I see that it is going to set the tone for your upcoming year in life, which is all about recovery, which is all about recuperating your strength and just taking basically your energy back from wherever you've left it. So a lot of energy of yours, it may be somewhere out in the universe, it may be with other human beings, and I see you retrieving it and returning the energy back to where it belongs, all whilst being on this new path spiritually, mentally, and just having so much more growth, so much more change in your upcoming year. So group number 3, I truly hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know down in the comment section if you did, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will see all you gorgeous little unicorns in my next reading. Hello group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Howlite. So group number 4, this is not only a gorgeous mineral, this is also a mineral that helps balance the calcium levels in your body. So maybe that is something you're struggling with, or you would like some aid with your teeth, with your bones, and just overall your soft tissue, and that is exactly what this stone helps with. Another thing that the Howlite is known to do is to just be a very calming stone, a stone that allows you to learn patience. So if you feel like you're lacking patience a little bit, that may be why you've chosen the Howlite. But I want to move into your reading to figure out exactly what's going on in your next birthday. So we have the Magician, okay? I see a crazy birthday. I see a lot of things happening that may be unexpected, and just a little bit of everything. So there's a little bit of fun, there's a little bit of despair, there's a little bit of anger, there's a little bit of silliness. You know what I mean? Like all the emotions that you can feel. I see you maybe almost being a little bit overwhelmed by it on your birthday, and just feeling like, wow, can anything else go wrong? Can I laugh anymore? Can I love anymore? Like, it's just going to be a very overwhelming day for various reasons that we're about to jump into. So then we have the King of Cups. One thing that I see in the King of Cups is emotional fulfillment. I see you being at a spot where you feel good, where you feel matured, where you feel like, yes, this is another year that I have accomplished. And just this whole birthday vibe, I see a lot of confidence. I see a lot of you feeling just like this is an accomplishment, which you should feel like, because every day that you wake up and you're healthy and you can see, you can walk, you can talk, you can use all of the tools that life has given you, all of those days are fortunate days. Keep that in mind, group number 4. And knowing the King of Cups, that another thing that I see for your next birthday is that there will be people present who only want the best for you. There's not going to be any phonies there, no snakes, if you know what I mean, no secret haters. But let's move further into your reading. Then we have death. So it is definitely an ending of an era. The vibe that you've had for this current year is going to end after your next birthday. So the next year in your life is going to be completely different. Your vibe is going to be completely changed. You're going to be completely changed. As I said, the King of Cups is emotional maturity, basically, is what the King of Cups exudes. Somebody who is older, wiser, who knows better. And that is one thing that I see in death. I see that a lot of sort of childish maybe parts, maybe naive parts of you are going to swindle, which doesn't mean that you're going to be less fun. You're still going to be a very fun person, but you're going to be more real. You're going to be somebody who knows when things are worth fighting for and when things are worth laughing about and when not, when to be more serious, if you will. So group number 4 in death, I definitely want you to know that your next birthday has nothing to do with literal death, but the death of an era. Okay, change is inevitable for the next year in your life. Nothing is going to be the same. And in the Fool, I see a little bit of like a journey that you're starting that is going to be one that you've never embarked upon before. So maybe right after your birthday, you're going to change your studies. Maybe you're going to stop studying and start working. Maybe there's going to be a fundamental change in your work. Maybe you're going to change your work, quit your job, try your own side hustle. Whatever it is, there is so much change with the new year coming. There's so much motivation that entails in your new year of life. There's so much coming with this birthday where you're like, wow, okay, I really need to start getting things done. I really need to start becoming this person that I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to build an empire. I have to start now. I don't have enough time. So one thing that I definitely feel with you, group number 4, is also this feeling of scarcity when it comes to time. I feel like you're somebody who looks at themselves and is like, especially if you're a woman, you know, you think to yourself, I'm in my so-and-so year of life. I maybe haven't had kids, I maybe have never been married, or maybe I haven't started the hustle that I've been wanting to start. Well, I need to get going. So that is the vibe that I'm getting. And in the clear quartz, I see that you will learn to still love yourself though. I see that even though you may be stressed about it, and this may be kind of like the kick in the butt that you needed to tell yourself, wow, I'm at an age where I just need to start now in order to have enough time to accomplish these things. I definitely see that feeling those emotions is going to be positive. Feeling those emotions is not going to drag you down. It's just going to make you feel even more like this is the right moment for me to be doing things. This is the right moment for me to be taking action. So let's move further into reading. We have the Sapphire. I see that like your health, your happiness, your abundance, it all depends on your birthday, on what your outlook is. But as I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of ups and downs on that day particularly. But after your birthday, I see that what would be best for you is to just let any weight fall off your shoulders. Allow yourself to do things in a way that is more like easy does it. You know what I mean? Where you just allow things to happen and you don't try and force anything, especially within your relationships. Then in Look for a Sign, I want you to know that there will be different hints from the universe as to what your birthday is going to be like. And I also see that it's very, very unlikely for you to have a lot of control over this day. I see this day is going to turn out however it wants to turn out. It depends on the moon, it depends on the other people involved, and also just what mood you're gonna be in right then. I see that this is an unpredictable birthday. This is a birthday that is just going to be maybe shuffled together last minute, which is fine, but either way, like there's gonna be little control for you over this birthday. But what happens after this birthday is just such a deep change, group number 4, and that is one thing that I feel like I've had to speak to you about. It's not so much like this birthday is triggering something, and it's not so much about like, oh, what is that particular day going to be about? It's like, wow, what does that day trigger inside of me that is going to change so much of my life after that day, in the next year that I have in this life. In play, I see that, you know, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna celebrate, you're not going to take anything too seriously. This is a playful day. This is going to be a day that you just allow yourself to let loose, to let your hair down and have a good time. And in Pleiades, I see that this is a day that is not only for you, but also the other people involved. So you're probably somebody who is very selfless. You're probably somebody who cares a lot about other people. And that is why there is sort of 2 reasons why your birthday is going to be the way it is. You want others to have fun, and you also want yourself to have fun. But it's never just about you. Your birthday is very much about togetherness. It's very much about other people as well, and what you can do for them, which just reinforces the kind of person that you are. Then in the 5 of Cups, I see you maybe missing or longing for somebody. There may be somebody who is really important in your life who can't make it on that day particularly, but you can catch up at a later point in time. I see that that is not something detrimental. It's not something that is going to cause you that much heartache, but you will wish that that person could have been there for those memories. Obviously, that could also be somebody who is no longer here in the earthly realms, who is no longer here in flesh and blood, so to say, and that can trigger certain emotions. As I said, there will be a whirlwind of emotions happening for you that day. Last but not least, in the Wheel of Fortune, I want you to know, group number 4, that your birthday is a day where you can make the decision to take a completely different route in your life, and you most likely will. I see extreme change. I see you starting something that you've never started before. And another thing that I want you to know within the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to feel complete. You know, the wheel, the circle, it is a collaborative kind of form. It is a form that is complete, that is full, that is whole. So wholeness is something that I see within your reading. It is what I see within your upcoming birthday. So do not worry too much, group number 4. I want you to just have fun on that day and just be excited for the crazy change that is coming afterwards, for the fundamental change within you and your personality and your upcoming year of life. So group number 4, that is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it insightful. If you did, make sure that you let me know down below in the comment section. If you are new to my channel, then make sure that you subscribe to see future videos, and I will see you in my next reading.